Welcome to another exciting podcast of the Get a Life podcast. I almost forgot the fucking name right there because we are drinking. Here at One Up Games, Mesa, Arizona, our favorite place to be, pretty much anywhere. I'm Nick, this is
Tim,
and we are going to take you on an exciting adventure into YouTube land, which you're on right now.
it won't be that great.
It's going to be awesome.
Okay.
We're going to be talking about YouTube shows now. We did the last segment on like video game documentaries and movies and stuff like that, but nothing like that's like a box office film like the terrible Resident Evil franchise. We're talking about YouTube shows, the original shows that have been around for a very long time, newer ones like ours.
This sucks more than anything that has ever sucked before.
Let's jump right into it. I mean, everybody's going to, of course, bring up, if you think of YouTube and you think of video game shows,
Retro.
AVGN. James Rolfe, the Godfather, is what I like to call him. Been a huge diehard fan. I actually love a lot of his early episodes because the camera's a little, it's not super HD, and it almost feels like I'm just watching it off of his like huge camera that does like the VHS tapes and stuff.
Yeah. And
I love that. There's something so cool about the not so perfect picture. The amount of work that he puts into the videos, it really shows. And I'm a huge fan. One day I would love to meet James and just say like thank you for the countless hours of entertainment. And like if I had a bad week or a bad day, I would get, because I'm a subscriber to not many, but I am to Cinemassacre. And when there's a new James and Mike Mondays, or even like the Bootsy Beats, which Bootsy, man, you need to do those more, or like a Board James. Those made my day. I mean, they would make me happy for anywhere between 5 to 20 minutes that I can just escape my realm and go into James Rolfe's little world. And they're basically like little tiny short films. And I feel like it's really, really cool that he did this. And what a brilliant idea to actually do it as a character, not as himself. You know? Like, we're just two guys. This is us, like it or not. This is how we act. This is how we are.
I'm supposed to be myself when we film this?
Yeah, man.
Ah, crap.
AVGN, everybody knows it. It's awesome.
AVGN's good.
Pat the NES Punk. I'm a fan of Pat. I'm not a huge fan of the his Swap Meet Madness.
Oh, Swap Meet Madness.
Just because the camera's so shaky and it's just kind of the same thing over and over again. And
It was kind of fun to watch, I guess, for a while.
I've watched
his
lot
reviews are not my favorite thing to watch. I mean, I don't want to sound like a D-bag, but I don't find Pat very funny.
Well, it just
his
seems
humor kind of falls a bit flat.
It seems very scripted. It does seem very scripted.
It's very scripted.
The whole Donkey Kong like toy thing, the I don't really get that.
Oh
either.
yeah.
Frank's dope. Frank seems like one of those guys that's just like that crazy neighbor that like you want to go hang out with because he's probably got all these awesome stories and shit. Frank I could get down with. He seems like a cool dude. I do watch their podcast, of course. I mean, basically we're doing a podcast too.
Yeah.
CU podcast.
And that's really cool to watch and
very informative. Those guys actually have like all the information out. You can tell that they're planning their stuff. They know what they're going to talk about, unlike some people I know.
They're very professional.
Very professional. And they get to the point. They don't ramble on.
And the cool thing about their podcast, too, was that really before I ever saw anybody else doing it, you get the perspective of a guy that actually works at a video game store. Which it's funny going back now that we've owned this place for 6 months, going back and watching when he talks about stuff, you know, experience from working at the game store. It's
Good
just like,
point.
boom, boom, you know.
Probably besides James and Angry Video Game Nerd, my favorite YouTube show, The Game Chasers.
Yeah.
I religiously watched. I probably saw seasons 1, 2, and 3 half a dozen times all the way through. I love Melvor. I love Dodongo. the cameramen, which is crazy because they're not even on that much, but they just seem so real. I used to be like a huge Billy fan, but now I'm actually more of a Jay fan, just because when I meet Jay at conventions and stuff, he's so freaking nice, man. He's so chill. He'll play video games with you. He'll stop what he's doing and have a 15-minute conversation with you, and he just seems so happy and so blessed to be a part of all this. And he knows that like this show has brought him so many new friends, and he just seems like a really humble stand-up dude, but he's also not fucking fake. He's real. You're getting Jay, you know? And that's awesome. Now, I will say this in person. The first time I met Billy, it was awesome. I had some gifts for them. I brought him some Voltron toys, and actually like the metal Voltron toys, not the plastic ones. And I brought Jay some G.I. Joe stuff. And they weren't complete, but it was the thought that counts. And they were super nice. They did the robot, man, with me and my daughter, which was awesome. This last Game On Expo that I went to this year, 2016, Billy seemed like he could give a fuck all that he was there. He seemed mad. He seemed irritated. He seemed like he didn't want to be there. Which, I mean, I know that Billy sometimes also has, like, back pains and stuff, and I was seeing him, like, kind of, like, stretching and, like, you know, doing stuff. So he could have just been sore and not his best weekend, not his best showing.
Right, and that's, you know, that's the thing about just being a person is sometimes
they're people, man.
You're going through something.
But a lot of these people see them as characters. They see them above people. They're stars.
It's kind of like when customers come in here and we're maybe not having the greatest day. Because, you know, there have been times when I haven't been having a very good day, and I just feel like...
And I can notice it.
You complete me.
You know, and it happens. Everybody has those days where they're just like, screw it. I don't feel like doing this.
Human.
I don't feel like doing that.
Right.
So I can understand that. You know, but I don't know. On the same hand, it's like these guys kind of put themselves in that position. This is how they... I mean, Jay, I don't know about Billy. I'm sure Billy still has a job, still does something. But Jay makes a living off of just going to conventions, which is probably why he's the more social...
And running his conventions.
Yeah, social dude. You know, but I think if you put yourself in the position, like we put ourselves in the position to own a game store. So even if we're having a crappy day, a crappy week, we got
suck it up.
We got stuff going on at home, whatever. Sometimes, yeah, you do just kind of have to suck it up. And you know, you might not be 100%. Yeah. I love being here. I love the customers we get, but we work 7 days a week.
We
work over 70 hours a week.
Every day.
Easily.
But yeah, I mean, and that's all part of the job, but it does... You can't just go like, oh, it makes me happy all the time. It does drain you a little bit.
So what?
So it's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard.